On this episode of Fitness Junkeez, we're back at Kilo Club in Summerlin, Las Vegas, where we meet Puertorican Fitness Influencer Yanira. She takes us through her 3 favorite exercises. 2 for lower body.
I'm going to do deadlifts, and we're going to do it in 3 parts, which is great because it works the glutes and your hamstring. So we're going to do the sumo squat, and the purpose for the bench is to go down as much as possible so we could take as well the blood to the muscle and make it work more.
And 1 for upper body.
I want to do the shoulder workout because it's very important. A lot of females, women, love to have like the toned arm.
Then we go in studio where we keep it 100 on everything from health and fitness to life. This is a podcast you're gonna wanna watch. So subscribe to Fitness Junkeez on YouTube and enjoy the show. What's up, Fit Fam? This is Giovanni of Gio's Logic, your host of Fitness Junkeez, and today we have a really exciting show. I'm with Puertorican Fitness Influencer, Yanira. How are you?
Hi, Giovanni. I'm super great, excited to be here, and I really love the studio.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's really nice. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. So I like to call this particular show, I believe it's our 10th show, Keeping It 100, about all things health and fitness. So we're just going to chop it up, talk about health and fitness, get your perspective on it. The fact that you're a mother, a fitness influencer, and now a grandmother, I'm really excited to pick your brain and see how you look at the world. The start of this is kind of to get your story. Like, how did you get from Puerto Rico to here, and how did you get into fitness, and what's your story?
Well, I was born in New York. My mom is from Puerto Rico, and my dad is from Spain. I moved to Puerto Rico when I was 12. I started doing gymnastics since a very young age, since I was like 5. And from there on, I played volleyball. I've been very athletic and like all my life doing sports. I started pretty much my story when I really wanted to start like working out as an adult was when I lived in Miami. I moved from Puerto Rico to Miami with my son when I was 24, 25 years old, single mom. You know, I took the chance. I wanted a different lifestyle. So I moved from Puerto Rico to Miami, and from there, I saw like everybody in Miami looking really good.
Beautiful.
You know, it's like, wow, you feel inspired. But it wasn't until I met my ex-boyfriend's wife, that she was 20 years older than me. Back then, I think I was like a size 9, which is not pretty. I mean, it's not like, oh, you were overweight and then you lost all this weight. I wasn't huge, but I wasn't comfortable and I wasn't healthy. So
what size are you now?
I'm size 3 and 4.
Okay.
And I've been this size, which is most important. But anyway, instead of feeling intimidated like most women, you know, like seeing your ex-boyfriend's, ex-girlfriend's body being 20 years pretty much older than me, I was like, wow, you know, she's 20 years older. She has 2 daughters and she looks amazing. I felt inspired. And from there on, I think P90X was back then. You know, it was in style, and I was even insecure to go to the gym. That's how bad it was because of so much like competition. I was insecure about my body, so I said I'm going to start this video at home. That's how I started, and then after that, I began running on the beach, which was amazing because you have, of course, the beach in Miami. Who doesn't love this beautiful view? But I went to places where people wouldn't look at me. You know, I felt like I was alone. So that's how I started. Nice. That's how I started pretty much training and doing better. But it wasn't until I met my husband that I started the weights.
And how long ago was the PX90?
That was when it was hot back then, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a cassette thing I would do at home, and believe it or not, it did work. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Let me start doing outdoors. I mean, we have this beautiful beach. There's not much people around. And that became the biggest therapy ever. I mean, mentally, I was going through like hard time, depression. I was alone in Miami with no family, just my son and myself. And I had some relatives in Tampa, but you know, it's kind of far. Like everybody is doing their own thing.
Right.
So when I started running, I realized like not only physically but mentally, it was doing so much for me. You know, I was feeling more confident. I wasn't getting those times of depression anymore. Like it was really rare. So I was like, wow, it's really great.
Right.
Not only physically, but what it's doing to me. So it was like the biggest therapy ever.
So one of the things I love about health and fitness and training is when I hear single mothers that find the time to focus on themselves and their health. And that's, I think, if I can get one thing through to people that are listening to this or watching this, is that single mothers, please try and find the time to take care of yourself. Definitely. Because I always tell my clients is what happens if something happens to you? What happens to your child or children? What do you feel about how that's helped you with your family, and how did you find the time to work out?
Well, like I began at home. That was one thing. There's a lot of workouts you could begin at home, and there's a lot of gyms that offer daycare. I believe that a lot of mothers, believe it or not, feel guilty when they take time for themselves, regardless if they're single or not. They feel like, oh my God, I have to be at home with my kids. Like, I have to take care of them, or I have to cook. You know what? When you get organized, you could do all that. You have to have that me time. It's very important for you to have that me time every day, and when you're at the gym, I know most of us are thinking about all the dishes that we have to do, or the laundry, or the cooking. Oh my God, I have this. You have to focus your mind on your time, that hour, whatever it is that you're doing, that you're taking out for yourself. Forget about everything else. The dishes can wait, the laundry can wait, your husband can wait, and you know what? They're not even gonna see that you're not there. Right. They're not gonna miss you. And when you get back, you're gonna feel so much better, and you're gonna be able to be a better mom, a better wife, and you're gonna feel better, and it's gonna be noticeable.
Yeah.
And you know what? Most important, health can't wait. Mentally, when you're not feeling good, it takes a run on you, like mentally as well, and that's not good. Your mental health is most important. So just that itself, you need to take that time for you. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. You could wake up earlier. Maybe your kids are sleeping, go to the gym or work out at home or buy a bicycle. It's only like $100 in Walmart. There's always a way. You spend money like, oh, I'm going on vacation, I can't pay the trainer, or I can't pay that membership because I go on vacation. But if you have an expensive trip booked and you're feeling like crap, is it really worth it? You're not going to even probably enjoy it as much as you can, maybe wearing that bikini or that bathing suit, or having the energy to be there with the kids and do everything you want.
Right. And being a single mom in a lot of circumstances can be quite depressing, like you were finding out, struggling on your own. And you stumbled upon exercise as one of the best antidepressants. Exactly. And to talk a little bit more about how you feel exercise lifts your spirits.
Well, with the energy, now that I'm 42, I didn't want to say my age, but yeah, no. I'm proud of saying my age. And I'm very proud when I say I'm a mom and a grandmother, because it inspires so many people. I get so many girls coming up to me 20, 30 years old, like, wow, you look amazing. Like, what do you do? So that inspires me. With the fact that that itself, like, I feel more energetic than when I was younger. I remember feeling so tired, before, like when I was 25, through that period of my life, I didn't train, I didn't run, I didn't work out at all. And I remembered feeling very tired most of the time. And now it's like, wow, I'm like a natural energy, like a robot, it's like, I feel good, and I feel, wow, I accomplished this, or I started the gym and I did this, I'm getting ready for a show, and I'm working and I'm training and I'm cleaning the house and I'm being with my grandson and I spend time with my son. So you get so much more accomplished just for feeling better, just for
Right.
starting that life that you maybe put aside to because you didn't have time. It's always going to pay off. And it's better to invest in yourself, in your health, than investing in that trip or investing in that new furniture that you want to buy, or everything can wait except your health. Once you get that started, everything else can come along great.
It kind of is a door opener. Like once your spirit opens up and you get that positive energy, you could be, feeling like you're struggling or depressed. Once you get that positive energy flowing, I'm sure you experience like things started happening for you. And did you experience that?
Yeah, I would. Back then, I didn't mention, but when I moved to Miami, I didn't have a job, anything. I didn't have anything secure for me. That was an adventure. I just said because I was going through a hard situation. But I knew I was going to do better. So after taking that risk, when I moved to Miami, I said, I'm going to do this no matter what. One thing takes you to another. And what was the question? I'm so sorry.
I was talking about how when you found fitness and you, your light was turned on,
All right,
good
yeah.
things started to happen.
So that in that terms, that financially I was in a great situation. Thank God, I could say I was blessed. I lived across the street from the Trump Towers. I would buy, let's say, $300 dresses, $200 dresses, because I could afford it back then. But at the end of the night, I wouldn't feel confident enough to wear them because of my overweight. So once I started, to your question, once I started feeling confident, I would buy any dress. And it's not, I've learned, most important, the biggest lesson, it's not about the $300 dress or what you're wearing. It's about how you feel inside. And that security is priceless. You can't put a price to that. The security that you feel as a woman, like, oh, it's not about, I'm a mom, I feel I'm not sexy anymore, or I can't wear this because I'm a mom. No, you could wear that properly, of course, and to the right place. And you could feel confident and you could feel secure about yourself. Not because you're a mom, you have to dedicate your entire life to your kids and can't dedicate any time to yourself. So that security, it's what definitely brought to me. And I would recommend to anybody that's going through a situation of wanting to start or a lifestyle and saying, no, I don't have time, just try to make the time. You could do it. Like, it's just a matter of getting organized, or if financially you could pay a trainer, get that help, because trust me, it will change your life.
So when did you get the whole picture, as far as like you started PX90, you started running? When did you start eating better? When did you start focusing on nutrition?
This is interesting because I'm very vascular. As you could see, I'm not even in season right now. Well, this is good diet. Obviously, I always try to eat healthy. But back then, I was very lean, like a runner. I had like a runner body. And I had a little belly, which I was very uncomfortable with. But I was like, okay, I mean, I'm size 3. Back then, I was size 3 when I lost weight. But I had that belly under my stomach. And I thought it was a belly that moms have, like naturally. I said, no, I'm a mom. It's normal to have a belly. So it's not. I learned when I met my husband, he said, that's sugar and that's bad diet. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm so lean, like I can't get any skinnier. It's not going to go. That's because I'm a mom. It's normal to have the belly.
Right.
And he said, no, that's bad diet. So I signed up for my first show. It was WBFF back then. This was like 6 years ago. And I never thought that belly was going to go away. When I started my diet, eating properly, doing weights, I started seeing that improvement of a runner against like somebody that goes to the gym, trains, weights, and has guidance of a trainer, as somebody that's a professional.
Right.
So he's a nutritionist as well. So he guided me through my diet, what you should eat when you wake up, what you eat after your training. And that's what changed my life. And for my show, the belly was gone, and forever, because I've been able to maintain a good, healthy lifestyle, not only on season, off season. And I fell in love with just being me, like it's such a great feeling of feeling comfortable of this version. Yeah. And let me tell you, I've been getting better and better.
Yeah.
It's like along the years, I look at my and not to sound cocky, but feel proud of yourself. Yeah, I work for this. I work for this every day. And I don't see it as people say, oh, on a diet, I want to get on a diet. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
If you see it as a diet, you're going to fail.
Preach.
It's like, don't see it as, what is this? What am I going to do? Investing. Think about what it's going to do for your life.
So let's talk about the bodybuilding competition world. And we talked briefly last night how there's a lot of pitfalls in the specifically the bikini bodybuilding world, where women are really messing up their metabolism by going on these super strict diets and then going back off them hardcore, gaining weight. How do you look at bodybuilding competitions?
Well, it's great it's a great passion. A lot of us that compete, some people don't understand, like, oh, why do you invest your time on this, or have you won, or did you win? They don't understand that it's not like something that happens overnight. A lot of us that do this as a lifestyle have passion for it, and you know what? It's how you see it. Like I haven't had the chance. I've only done 2 shows. I haven't gone pro. I work for myself. I don't only work for a show. I'm grateful enough to say I have sponsors. A lot of girls that are pro don't have sponsors. And invest in yourself. Look for opportunities, work for those opportunities, not only when you're on season. This also comes along with the fact that I can say I stay healthy all year round. It's like, what's your goal? Do you want to compete and just become pro, or are you looking to brand yourself? I'm a business person. I've done business all my life. I'm an entrepreneur. I did real estate. So that's my thing, and I love fashion. I love that as well as competing, as staying fit. And I love to represent these brands. If you're looking to work with a brand that a lot of influencers are, you can't just say, okay, well, look at your picture on stage. She looks amazing. But what are you doing the rest of the 6 months? Are you going to stay at least healthy to represent a brand? Because it's a commitment. And, there's nothing wrong with, of course, it's unhealthy to stay on stage like that diet, that person is not going to be the person that you're going to be all year. Okay, obviously that's right. But don't tell me like, oh, I'm not on season now. That's why I've gained like 40 pounds or 30 pounds. No, you're fooling yourself.
Right.
There's no, it doesn't come, like that's not normal.
Yeah.
And another thing, if you want to be an influencer, a personal trainer, be a role model. It's like I was telling you yesterday, they want to say like, oh, don't worry, you fell off your diet. Don't worry, you'll start next week. And then again, you see the trainer gaining another 20 pounds, saying that constantly every month. But that's wrong, because let's say you go to an alcoholic, NA, right? You're an alcoholic. You have an issue you want to correct in your life. And then you're like, the coach is going to tell you, the life coach, oh, don't worry, go get hammered and come back next week, and then you're going to start all over. No, that's wrong, period. Well, these people are looking for guidance. They're looking to change their life. You can't tell them it's okay. You have to guide them through the right path.
Right. And it's also, studies are now saying that poor nutrition not only can cause health problems later on in life, but it also can cause depression. Exactly. So it's like you're supposed to be a health coach or a fitness coach or bodybuilding, whatever you want to call it. You're saying, you're a role model. You're the person that they're supposed to look towards for the right advice. And they're basically, if you get a bad trainer or coach, they're telling you to do something that could cost your health and your well-being. That's crazy.
Exactly. There's so many that just take a course. With all respect, anybody that wants to improve their life, I'm not criticizing them, but if you're doing if you're doing wrong in your body, gaining weight as much as constantly going up and down, it's unhealthy.
Yes.
That. Anybody knows that. Just because you do it, don't give the advice or, oh, you could do it. We'll start next week. It's always a new week. No, that's BS. It's not right.
Right.
You have to be the role model. And I'm not saying you have to be perfect, but, try to give the example. And yes, of course, we all have our ups and downs. I'm not saying be perfect, but try to guide them. Like, don't eat that burger. Don't have that drink. Wait till you start. Like, I always recommend somebody that's starting a diet, it works different for everybody. Sometimes people are not capable of going 3 or 4 days eating healthy, and it is what it is. So the most important thing of what you were mentioning earlier, that people fall off because they go through these really, really strict diets, it's having a diet that works for you. Have your coach give you, if you don't eat fish, you know you're not going to eat that broccoli and that fish. You're not going to eat it. It doesn't matter. It's like, I'm not eating that. So
Tapia and green beans or broccoli.
exactly. So it's all about, like, my husband gives me a diet because he knows, like, according to what I like to eat. So that's how I've been successful. You know, don't like try to go with somebody that understands you and have like healthy habits that you will be capable of committing to. And if you could go only 3 days eating healthy and you have to have like maybe that yogurt on the 4th day because you're craving so much sugar and you just need that burger or whatever it is, don't go crazy on it. You know, it's just like, I think it's like a mental game. Go on the 4th day, but then start. And then on the 5th day, you know, continue your diet until you can. Because remember, this is all, it's a lifestyle and it's not the same for everybody. But if you commit to it, and sometimes people, if you could afford it, to hire a trainer and somebody who could guide you, of course, it's the best way.
Yeah.
But one day at a time, you know, things don't happen overnight.
So there's a lot of good things about you, and I think your journey probably has even more stuff in it that we haven't discovered. But what I did discover is that English isn't your first language.
No.
Right? And you speak so well.
Oh, thank you.
you where, you know, a lot of people coming on a podcast, they're just nervous and the English is their first language. you speak so well, and I love that you took this opportunity to come on the show, because I think you'd be a great representative, not only for your culture, but for women. And you talked about it earlier. You're thinking about doing your own podcast, and you're not sure whether you want to go with Latin or English. I think you could go either way. What's going on with that?
I was a host for ESPN Radio here in Vegas in Spanish, and it was my first time in radio. I did some TVs in Miami for novelas. Telemundo. A lot of people know Telemundo. Yes. So I did some novelas and extras and a few Netflix shows. But anyway, it was my first time as a radio host. I've been wanting to start my YouTube because I've got so many, you know, females, even males, like asking me like, wow, what do you do? And I know I can inspire a lot of people. That's something personally I need to work on, because I've been saying I'm going to start my YouTube for the past year or two.
Right.
And I haven't. I don't know. In the podcast is my first time experiencing this. I'm looking more into like YouTube and maybe, I mean, who knows? You
Exercise videos and nutrition advice and that kind of stuff.
The thing is, and also I've been debating, do I do it in English or do I start in Spanish? And it's like, it doesn't matter. Just get started.
Right.
But still, I can't find like, sometimes I take I'm training at the Dragon Layer, and I'm there for almost 2 hours, you know, and I go hard.
I bet you do.
You know, and then it's like I take like my everything, and then it's like, oh wow, I forgot to put it, or I take a mini video, but then I want to put like more a complete workout, you know, so I never end up. I think it's also, I have to hands down to people that are doing that, because people think it's just so simple, but it's not. It takes more into it.
Right.
It takes time to put good content out there, and that's my purpose. Just to put content, but I've had so many inquiries for it, so hopefully soon.
Good. So going back to what you just said, how you go to the gym and you spend 2 hours, what does being a fitness junkie mean to you and your lifestyle? What is it?
Okay, well, my son thinks we're crazy. He's like, oh, you're on vacation and you're at the gym. Like, you guys are crazy. It's like, no. And by the way, we also have the Planet Fitness, which we never leave, because what we were saying yesterday, it's like, it's anywhere. So for us, and when we travel to Los Angeles, California, I mean, Miami, it's always one available. So it's very convenient. And even though when we're on a vacation, a fitness junkie, I'm committed. Like, this is my lifestyle. I don't care if I'm on vacation. I always train.
I agree.
And I don't care if it's a show or no show. I train.
Yep.
And it's not the fact that I have to wake up and like, like, oh, I have to look amazing, my abs. Or no, 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 no. It's like I said, it works together mentally, because people say it's not all about your body. You don't always have to have. But you know what? If you feel like crap, it's going to affect you anyway. So it is going to affect you. You know, if it's like, don't take it so drastically, but everybody's different. If you're okay having those extra pounds and you feel good, great for you. But you should, most important word, and it's not about the extra pounds, it's about your mental health and your health as well.
Yeah. So you spoke a little bit about how your son reflects on your crazy fitness junkie lifestyle.
Yeah.
Is it difficult trying to balance what you know about being healthy and fit with maybe your son and now your grandchild, like how to kind of be a role model but also kind of push them into living a healthier lifestyle?
Yeah, well, my son has, his father was a professional baseball player. He's gifted, like he's extremely blessed. Like they were saying earlier, he's like naturally athletic. He's in that age where he doesn't really think he needs to train much. Right. He now started to do skateboard and stuff, but I try to inspire him. Good thing I have the energy, because let me tell you, having a 2-year-old around, you need all the energy you can. It's like, oh my God. Like if you don't have the energy, it's tough. Trust me. And you'll enjoy it more. I pick him up on Sundays. I take him to the park. I'm actually taking him to therapy, because he was a little behind on the speech, which some kids have when you speak two languages. A lot of like when you speak English and Spanish in the house, sometimes kids are a little delayed on speaking.
Got it.
So for me, it's like if I had the opportunity to help him, I will. So every Monday I take him to therapy, and then after that, I like to take him somewhere, you know, where we spend a little quality time before taking him home. And then my son is off, so we spend time together. But it's great to have that energy, because believe me, before you're so tired, like wake up, oh, I woke up early, I took him to therapy, let's go home. Now it's like, let's go do something, you know? And that's where I appreciate every day of having, and that's what takes me further. Like that's what keeps me going. That energy to be there running around my grandson and keeping up with him, because he's also super energetic and he has a great hand. I think he's going to be a baseball player as well. Oh, wow. Nice. And that's the thing, you know, people don't think about it, but if you're not taking care of your health now, do you want to be there for your grandkids in the next 10, 20 years? I mean, God's will, you know what I mean? You know that if you're healthier, you will live longer. So if you don't want to do it for yourself, think about people you love. You want to be there for your son. You want to be for his graduation. You want to be around for them. So that's important. If you stay healthier, going to the doctor, eating healthy, training, having healthy habits, you're going to most likely live longer and live happier.
Yeah, and it's so important to be the role model, because the children are watching. It's like if you were a cigarette smoker or you were an alcoholic.
Exactly.
Your son might not switch on for him today, but he sees it. He sees what you do.
No, I get a lot of people. My son is very he's like very conservative. He doesn't tell me much, but when I meet people that are from his job or out outside, they say, "Oh, your son showed me your pictures. You look amazing." And he said he was so proud of me. I was like, really? Nice. Something that he doesn't express much to me, but I know he goes showing my Instagram, like, this is my mom, like really proud. And that makes me proud. It's like, wow, I'm really proud, you know? And, which also is kind of scary, because I told you sometimes he's going to kill me for this, but he told me, Mom, when I show your picture to my girls, they get intimidated. They say, I'm not ready to meet your mom yet. I have to lose some weight. I was like, what? No way. Yeah, I swear. It's like, I said, no, that's not I don't want them to feel intimidated by me. Right. So no, they just say you look too amazing. They feel bad because they're a little overweight or whatever. It's like, no. You know, I just want them to look at me like I was inspired by somebody that was 20 years older with 2 daughters, and she inspired me, and I always will thank her for that. I mean, she doesn't know it maybe, because things got a little ugly after that, but with ex-boyfriends and kids and all that, this is another topic. But yeah, it's always healthy. You feel better, you're happier, you know, whatever you wear, it's like you're gonna feel so much comfortable. Wake up every day with energy, and I say, just program your life, you know, have a plan, like what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, I have this on Monday, I work, I have the kids, or I have to do laundry, or, whatever plans you have that little hour in your life set up for you. Don't think about the dishes, the cooking, the kitchen, or anything when you're in your gym time. Give that time to you. Focus on you. Put your headphones on and enjoy it, and buy that cute outfit if you want to feel better. And if it doesn't fit, save it for later. Make that your goal. I'm going to buy that bikini because I'm going to rock it in the next few months, and that's going to be like, wow, I did it. It's like an achievement. Maybe not a competition, but you're looking forward to wearing that bikini or the shorts or that outfit that you've so much been looking at girls rocking it. But it's like, oh, I won't be able to wear that. Yes, you will.
Yes. Well, people that are listening to this, you should switch over to YouTube and watch this because we're going to get inspired by this young lady's workout. Last night we went to Kilo Club where I train people in Summerlin, Las Vegas, and we got a taste of what this fitness influencer does at the gym. So we're here at Kilo.
We're here. I love this gym.
Awesome. So what's the first exercise you got for me?
I'm going to do deadlift, and we're going to do it in 3 parts, which is great because it works the glutes and your hamstrings. It's going to take all that blood to your muscles, and it's going to work those glutes, make them real hard as well.
Love it. Love it. Get to it.
Get right back up, never worry, 'cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's so strong. It goes on and on and on.
So how many reps did you do down there?
It's a set of 21.
Okay.
So I did 6, and from here up, another 6.
Okay.
What I see, 'cause I can feel the energy.
And now it's the full set, so we're going to do complete 21.
I like it. So why the 21s again, like opposed to just doing a full range of motion each time?
Like I said, it works also your hamstrings and your glutes, and it takes more blood to your muscles. So even though I did it with 10 pounds, since we're doing three parts, it works more.
Got it. Okay, that's awesome. On to the next.
On to the next.
Yes. Yeah, I like that set. I usually do 21s for my biceps.
Yeah, that's really popular.
I've
they say
never
that's the most
done
effective.
That
21
for my hamstrings and glutes. That's interesting.
It's what they call time and tension. It's like the more tension you take to your muscle, the more it works because you're putting the more reps you do, it puts more tension. So that obviously makes it flow. I mean, comes from somebody that I barely had glutes, and I'm all pro natural. I love the natural look. I don't like the fake look, and I worked for it. So it does work. You can transform your body the right way.
And like, how much do you dedicate your workouts to legs? Like, how much legs do you do? Like 3 times a week? Do you do them every day? Like,
yeah, I normally train legs and glutes 3 times a week, and then upper body twice. When I'm off season, I normally train still 5 days a week. When I'm on season, 6 days and 1 day off. It's very important to rest, have that day off, and let your muscles rest as well, and have the day off the gym.
And
that's where you mostly grow.
Yeah, I have a good friend, Vanessa Saros, who had a gymnastic background, and her upper body just blows up like instantly. When you have that gymnastic background, especially women, they tend to really can get cut up in their upper body really easy.
Yeah. For me, it's in my quads. Like, I have really, really, really great legs, which at some point I was like, wow, I felt even uncomfortable growing up. And now it's like, are you kidding me? I love my legs.
Right.
And, in my development of my arms and stuff, it's so crazy how your body can transform.
But it's also, especially in the competitive world, how to balance not getting too muscular if you're going into a specific category.
Yeah.
So you're kind of on the edge of you're deciding whether.
Unfortunately, it's been so hard because when I first started, okay, bikini, since I'm naturally, I'm Latina, I have curves, which I'm proud of. I was a gymnast, so I'm naturally, my legs are really developed since I was a young girl, and I love as well. But in bikini, at least to compete, what I've seen, the girls that won local shows are really, really lean. The one that I've seen, you know. When I see pro bikini models, I see them with their body similar to mine. I was looking into the wellness division because of my legs and glutes, and seems like these girls are kind of huge still. They kind of almost look like figure, and I don't like figure. I still like the feminine lean side. And you know what? Most important, I'm probably gonna do bikini pro national. That's my next goal. But most important is if you feel good about your body, and don't, you know, just you have this passion. Don't worry so much about like the competition. Do what's best for you. Because I'm, like I said, I'm also doing things. Now I'm not only depending on a competition for my success. Right. You know, I love what I'm doing. I'm working with sponsors. I enjoy it every day. You know, I have something always to look forward to. But we obviously all want to win. I'm not gonna fake. I mean, who doesn't want to be pro? That's obviously the goal. Right. But trying to get advice. Like now I'm probably going to join a team because I want more guidance of like, okay, where you should join. I'm in masters now. So they'll give me a little bit more of opinion and where I would be more successful. Right. So if that's what it's going to take, that's what it's going to take, you know.
And what, are you going to WBFF again? Or?
No, I'll continue with NPC for the moment. Okay. For the moment, NPC and probably nationals, masters. Okay. And he said I would do really well in bikini. Okay. So if it's a matter of leaning down, maybe not working as much as what he recommended briefly, not working my legs as much because they're already developed. So probably gonna have to go down on the leg parts and just work a little less, maybe twice a week.
Well, let's see what we have for her upper body workouts. So now we're gonna do some upper body.
Correct. I want to do the shoulder workout because it's very important. A lot of women love to have like the toned arm. So shoulder is a very important part of your body that you should always work on. I'm going to do the lateral raise and the front raise.
Okay, awesome.
I can feel it, yeah. Oh, I believe it, yeah. There's something going on inside of me. I feel it growing stronger every beat. I never just believe in what I see.
I bet those are burning.
Yeah, for ends we could do ends it with a superset. And the last one, easy weight, easy on the weight, just to feel that burn. And it will hurt. You will feel it burn at the end.
Awesome. That was great. I think they call them caps. Is that what they call them? Anyway, you have good shoulders.
Thank you.
What other exercises do you like to do for upper body?
I use the cable.
Cable work?
We all have like our weak part, and I think like my back maybe it's one of my weakest part. But some people retain fat in their stomach, some in their back. Depends the area. So
it depends on who you are.
Exactly. Yeah. It just work on focus on that and try to do good reps and just work on those areas.
Now, do you do cardio?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Even off season. Correct. Right now I have another project coming up. So that's a good thing. When you're always ready, you don't have to get ready. And yeah, you have to probably get prepared for a week or two if you have a photo shoot, if you have something, a project or work. But I always do more cardio when I have something coming up. But normally I do fasted cardio still every morning. And it's like I look forward to it. I wake up in the morning, it's like a habit. It's like my daily. I do fasted cardio and then train after. Eat breakfast or whatever, go train and then go to work or do whatever I have to do. And then most likely I'll do another 40, 50 minutes of cardio after my workout. Yeah, that's how. But you know what? I enjoy it. And good thing. I mean, remember, whoever's listening to this, my son is an adult. Okay. I don't have to like come home and deal with kids. I'm not saying you have to do this to stay in shape. There are many ways. And you know what? If you have to finish your cardio at home, there's $100 bikes you could buy at Walmart. You could do your cardio at home. Wherever you have to finish, get it done, just get it done. You know, that's because I don't have like much to do. I don't have to pick up the kids at school or, you know, I still have like an itinerary, of course, a lifestyle itinerary, but not everybody competes as well. So we all have different diets. Don't go by like, oh, I have to do twice a day cardio. No, it's, as far as your eating healthy, diet is most important. You must know as a trainer, diet is 80%, 70% of your success. So even if you're at the gym 6-7 days a week and you're eating bad, you're not going to see results.
Right. And I like to teach my clients those things that you remember that you have coming to keep you on point. That helps you focus on your nutrition, focus on your, like, it's like the lifestyle you want to lead requires you to do these things.
Exactly.
So it's almost like built in your program, and sticking to it's built into your lifestyle. You can't be a fat fitness influencer. You just can't.
Yeah, it's very sad, and no offense to that, but I've seen, you know, particularly they take a month course, 2 months, and they think, oh, I'm a trainer and I'm giving you this tip of the week, and then it's like, who's gonna take you serious, you know?
Right.
First of all, and good for you that you're trying to help, but you got to help yourself first.
Right.
And you have to be the role model. And I'm not saying you have to be 100% shredded, but if you're going up and down like a yo-yo, you're not doing good. You know, you're fooling. Don't try to fool nobody because you can't. You're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, and start with yourself first, and then inspire others.
Right. So let's look at her next exercise at Kilo Club. Now we've got 2 benches here.
Yes.
What's going on here?
So we're going to do the sumo squat, and the purpose for the bench is to go down as much as possible, so we could take as well the blood to the muscle and make it work more. The further down you go, the more it works with the glutes.
I've been through heartaches, I've been to heaven. I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got.
So how many sets and reps do you do of this?
This I do 20.
20
I
reps?
recommend 12 to 15
Okay.
once you get started with a good weight. You want to do a weight where you're able to control and squeeze. For me, since I'm a little more experienced,
Right.
I could go from 17 to 20.
Okay. And then for someone that's not as advanced, you would not have them be on this?
You could start maybe on the floor.
Okay.
Sumo squat would be from here, just like that, you know,
Okay.
just the same.
Okay.
But this, the further down you go, it works more.
Okay. I like it. Excellent. You gals have some great exercises. You'd never see me doing that.
Well, you guys got to be careful too. You see all these crazy workout videos like, oh, you could do this at home.
Right.
And they're like, they're jumping stuff and they're all these crazy stuff. It's like, no,
Right.
there must be a disclaimer. Do not do this at home,
Right.
actually.
Don't
You know,
try
for
this.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but there's always a way to start. You know,
Yeah.
whatever motivates you, hey, you can go for it.
Yeah. So tell me, do you, your husband is your coach right now as well? Has he trained you? Or,
Yeah,
or trains with you?
I'm very proud of him. Fortunately, his English is not quite the best, you know, but he studied in one of the best universities in Chile. He has 9 years of education, doctor degree, nutritionist and trainer. So he knows a lot about what he's doing. And it's a good thing that I have my partner in the same, because we motivate each other. We look out for each other. But that doesn't mean that we train together, because that's another story. I like my time. He goes, you know, yeah, it should not be too much. Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, we love this passion, you know, together. Like, let's say we're on vacation and we're gonna go train. I'm okay with that because I need to train. I don't care. Like if you're staying, I'm going. But if you have a partner that's not into the same, sometimes like, oh, where are you going? Like we're on vacation. What are you doing?
Right.
And it's like, hey, I get it. Sometimes you're on vacation. You want to take that day off. Whatever works for you, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to necessarily train while on vacation. I do because I feel it's part of my life, regardless where I'm at. That's part of my life, period. But we're in it together. So thanks to his guidance, I've been able to definitely reach my goals and improve myself. I look back and everybody also needs to remember too, you're not going to achieve your goals overnight. It's a process. Just because you start training, you're not going to look incredible. Like I would have never imagined in my life I was going to be looking this way. I mean, when I was 20 or 25, I look better than when I was younger.
Right.
And I feel better, of course, which is most important.
Yeah.
So always look at the bigger picture, stay with your goals, stay to it and be patient. Just keep working at it one day at a time.
It's truly not a sprint. It's a marathon, 100%.
Yes. And you could inspire maybe your husband to start. If somebody has their partner and is not into it, once he sees you going and looking good in that bikini or those shorts, you're going to motivate him to get his ass up the couch.
Well, I like to train when I go on vacation as well, because I know that I want to indulge a little bit more. So like I use it to kind of mediate the damages. So I can relax a little bit on my nutrition, but I'm still sticking with my workouts.
Yeah, that's how it should be. And more when you travel, you retain water. So, I mean, mostly more for women. I think that's something that affects us a lot when you travel. Just like it's naturally to retain water. So while you're working out, feeling better, losing all those extra pounds that you're maybe enjoying, which is fine. And you don't have to go at it for 2 hours. Just dedicate at least an hour or something like that.
So speaking of travel and all the things that you do, Miss Entrepreneur, what are you doing? I know you're involved with the travel something. What is that?
I started a tour agency because I do promos. I do convention. I'm a convention model. And I'm very outgoing. I love helping people. It's part of like my nature. So another little tip, whoever's looking to start like a business, you have to see what people are looking for. What are they in need? So here I'm there working in my convention, and I have so many people running to me. Hey, what's good to do out here? Do you know where I could take a tour, helicopter tour? What do you recommend? And I had so many people. I said, why don't I just start my own? I was already recommending them, to places. So I started maybe 4 years ago, Las Vegas Exotic Tours. I work with Maverick and other agencies, helicopter tours, ATVs, exotic, exclusive car rentals here in Vegas. And now I just started a new project, which is training with a pro. So it gives you the opportunity, if you're in town and you want to train with a pro, which are several that I'm still putting together, and you could train with them for 1 hour and have that lifetime experience. Because Vegas now, we have so many people coming to Vegas for, fitness junkies, that we're passionate for this, and people coming out of town just to come to Vegas to go to the gym or to see this gym or train here and go to the conventions and competitions. So,
smart.
We understand each other.
Right. And so explain to the audience how that works. If someone is coming to Vegas, or does it matter where they're going?
Well, in Vegas, because I only work them in Vegas, but I started also jet ski and yacht rentals in Miami. So that's something I recently added too. And they would contact me if they want to do these tours in Vegas, Las Vegas, or if they want to rent a jet ski or exclusive car, a yacht in Miami. I have that available as well.
And how do they find you other than your Instagram? Is there a website or anything?
No, for now, my number.
Okay.
702-763-0320. And my Instagram, Yanira Fit _.
Okay. And she's married, guys. So just pump the brakes. So what other sponsors are you working with? What else is going on?
Well, I want to thank my sponsors, OMG Custom Bikinis. They reached out to me about a year ago 2 years, maybe a year and a half. I'm sorry. They gave me an amazing opportunity. They sponsored me with my competition bikinis. So I'm very grateful. Like I said, there's a lot of pro athletes that don't have sponsors, and they sponsor me with that. I'm also sponsored by Cute Booty Leggings. They're located in Los Angeles, and recently they're located. I think they opened up a shop, and in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the address right now. And the Barbell Cartel and all this. I enjoy dressing. I love fashion, so it's like sometimes I train so much, 6 days a week. I think it's part of like looking forward to the gym and feeling good and feeling comfortable. It doesn't always necessarily have to be expensive and stuff like that, but if you have a good pair of leggings, they'll last longer.
Right.
Good brand, then you'll wash them and they won't break. So yeah, I'm very grateful for my sponsors.
And I know I did a little research on you. The Barbell Cartel has guy stuff as well.
Yes, they have guy stuff, really, really nice. They're mostly known for CrossFit, but my son recently got a shirt and it looks so good on him.
Yeah.
They're very like casual dressing for shorts. Now for the summer, it gets really hot. And while you're working legs, I always love to put shorts on because you get to see your muscles, your legs, and kind of, I enjoy using shorts while I do leg day. So you could go check them out.
Anything else coming up on the horizon? Are you targeting another show or anything?
Yeah, I am probably in June or July. I have to see what the dates are. I wanted, after my last show I was like a little bit disappointed. So I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself. One thing I wanted to accomplish and finish was a body sculpting course, which I just finished, and that I will be offering soon. So it's non-invasive lipo. That's something that I'll be offering, which is going to be on my Instagram. I just finished that, so I put that to myself, another personal goal, and I accomplished it because I just finished the course. And it goes together, with fitness, body sculpting, and it's also another way to look better for mostly women.
Awesome. So a lot of exciting stuff for you coming up. I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. I hope we can be more than just Instagram friends.
Of course, absolutely.
I think you're good people.
Thank you too, and you inspire so many people. Even my husband saw you, was like, "Wow, he looks amazing." So thank everybody. Thank you for that, for inspiring so many people as well.
Awesome. And thank everyone for listening and watching. And until next time, Fit Fam, I'm out.